turn inward towards beauty. We are Primus.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Simply because we are Primus.
Stay on top your game with Primus Radio.
As we stay on top of the coverage, follow us on all social media platforms at Primus Media City. Let's go.
Are you ready to explore the world around you with fresh insights? Tune in to Mindful Matters. Join us every week as we dive deep into topics that matters. Our experts, guests, and thought-provoking discussions will enlighten, educate, and inspire positive change. Catch us every Thursday by 4 to 5 p.m. on Primus Media City. Mindful Matters, bringing reality to you.
Mindful Matters.
You are tuned to jagoda.com.
Nice.
Jagoda.com.
All right. There's a saying that said, the earth is full of its soul, and it yields in its purpose. Welcome to Mindful Matters on Primus Media Radio. You can listen to us by Radio Garden, Zeno Radio, Radio Net, Radio Box. Mindful Matter is a radio talk show where we'll discuss important issues around our society. My name is Oluwole Abayomi Williams. My radio name is The Dove. Of course, we are here to awaken the people towards issue happening around us. And we believe we have a role to play. You have a role, I have a role. Welcome to Mindful Matters. This week we shall be discussing on an important topic titled drug abuse. So today, before we move on into the show, I would like to introduce my analyst, just like I used to do. And if you're watching us for the first time, the name of my analyst are Omolola Opasina and Onyemah. So I would like Omolola to greet the viewers out there. Omolola.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to another episode of Mindful Matters on Thursday here on Primus Media City. We bring you exciting topics and we are so excited for today's topic as well.
All right. Now to Onyemah. Greet the people at home, please.
Good afternoon, our dear listeners. It is Mindful Matters on Primus Media Radio. Your normal talk show o'clock. Do continue to stay with us to the end of the program.
Okay. We love the way we did our research this week, and we saw something that is also affecting our society, which is drug abuse. But before we go into the topic for the day, we'd like to first of all go on a short musical break. So when we're back, then we'll continue the conversation. Welcome to Mindful Matters.
a new vibe to chance. A topical issue we don't need for lands. Love the king we youth and we can't see development. See how the drugs filament. I say the God, the king, they make you life this slow. All of them you my feet. You see this kush, that thing where they make you know they go. You find better know. I say the God, the king, they make you life this slow. All of them you my feet. You see this kush, that thing where they make you know they go. You better know.
There is stop for take this drug. It's not good for man and woman.
Yeah, welcome back from that short musical break. Back to today's show. We are going to talk about drug abuse. And why we decided to look into this topic again is because our society needs to be fixed. If we want to repair the society we have today, there's a lot of sector we have to talk about, and that's why we want to talk about drug abuse today. So join us as we talk about it. Now, today is World Mental Health Day. It falls to 10th October 2024. In fact, it's really fitting to the topic we want to discuss today. Now, to my analyst in the house, we are here again with another sensitive topic: drug abuse. So I will start from Tony. So Tony, what do you understand by drug abuse? What is your view on this topic?
Okay. Drug abuse. I think before I will say a bit about it, I would like to give a glimpse of what drug itself is. Because talking about drug abuse, we don't even know that thing that we are abusing. So we should talk about drug, which is simply anything other than food that one takes into the body to either prevent, to treat, to cure, or as a sort of a diagnosis, a diagnostic pill in that regard to alter one's health for better. Okay, and if that is the case, the abuse of this, the continuous excessive abuse of these substances, now drug in this regard, not minding it's a physical, psychological and the social consequences it will have on that individual. That is what we now refer to as a drug abuse. When one continuously, disregarding that of the doctor's prescription or the prescription medication given to that person, due to maybe recreational purpose for your maybe euphorial effect, one wants to feel the other side of life, one wants to cope with life, one wants to belong. All these things, when one continue to take maladaptive measures to taking these drugs without minding its repercussion, that is what drug abuse is.
All right, thank you very much. To Omolola. Now, Tony has given us a kind of a view on his own way of what drug abuse means. So we'd like to hear from you. What do you understand in your own view as a woman? What is drug abuse?
I would also like to start from explaining what drug is before we talk about what drug abuse is. Drug is any substance you take in that has the tendency to alter your physical or mental state. So let's say if you're not, your physical state now, if you're feeling hot, you take a drug that reduces your temperature. And you can also take some drugs that would make you feel, can change how you feel. It can change how your brain works. That's why some drugs contains don't drive when you use this. In some this is common to cough medications. So a drug is any substance you take in that can affect or alter your physical or mental state. Now, abuse. What is abuse? Abuse is the wrong use of something the negative use of something. Now, putting these two together, the drug and then the abuse. Drug abuse simply means the wrong way of using this. Now, for drugs, we have legal drugs and illegal drugs. Legal drugs are drugs that are permitted by the law. You can find them in the hospital, over the counters. While the illegal drugs are the drugs that are not permitted by the law, that are sold through the back door. So now, drug abuse is the incorrect way or the incorrect use of drugs. That is.
Okay, thank you very much, Omolola. To our viewers out there, Mindful Matter is a radio talk show where we'll bring important topic happening in our society today, because we understand the fact that our society needs to be fixed. So to shed more light on this, we have a short video of a certain young lady that was treated. She was sharing her own experience, during the time of drug misuse and the kind of society she met herself. So in some few seconds now, that video should be popping up. You all join us as we watch the interview of this young lady, during our own drug abuse section. Thank you.
What are your names?
Oluwole.
Where did you come from in Nigeria?
I was born and brought up in Oshodi.
Oshodi?
Yeah.
How did you get into this drug addiction?
I started this drug when I was in SS2. It's not this drug, it's what they call Refno.
That blue tablet, that tiny blue tablet?
Yeah. Like, I have a boyfriend then. I don't know the girls he cruise with. They're like the one who just like, okay, give her this one. Then he gave me 4 sachets of Rev. Like a whole Rev. Mix it with power us with me.
Shit.
Then I drink it off. Schooling time, and the day was like exam period.
Yeah.
Based on the strategy, some teachers do nonsense because of money. He gave it to me, and we also sit together, 2 people on seats.
Yeah.
Then I drank it. I was feeling so dizzy somehow. But then I see the moment, like 2 guys together with him, and he's a bad boy. I just have to take the thing, like, then he started fingering me, something like that.
In classroom?
In classroom.
Fingering you as in your vagina?
Yeah. The teacher also know about it because they have settled him. Exam period. Then he asked me to walk with him towards the toilet. I was very high, but I didn't do such. Instead of me doing such, I walked down to the headmaster's room and told him that I don't understand my body, this, that. You have to call my father. Then he sent his cabman. Cabman drove me home and I slept off into the car. Then they find out I was fucking drug.
Shit.
1 week later, because I'm fucking rich, my father give me any phone, latest phone I want. Then he buy me, then iPhone 5X was raining. I don't do prostitute to get money. I move with G-boys. I call clients for them and they pay me off.
Okay.
Then I just opened an account with my number and I met this guy. He was a white man. That's second term for our SS2. I met this white man on Facebook. It was like I should open my naked picture, this, that. I was like, no, you have to send me Bitcoin, this Yahoo stuff. Then we started. Before anything, send me $200. Then I redeem everything. From then, I have to bring the man down to Nigeria.
He came to Nigeria?
Yeah, staying in USA.
Wow.
He has to come to Nigeria. My mom know about this man. Because my dad is late. It's my mom that tried out to also more about this. This man came to Nigeria. Is a fucking man that be on drugs.
The man is a junkie too.
As in, is a man that use injection.
Shit.
The man injects me. I sniffed raw powder.
White
On the table. Like, just love my nakedness.
Man.
Because I've also promised my mom and my dad, before my dad got laid, that the man that will see my body, like this virgin me, will be the man I got married to. Because my dad give me everything I want, all my desire. This man injects me, but this man like lesbian eating stuff.
Okay.
1 day later, 2 days later, if I didn't take this, like, I'll start scratching my body. I won't get myself anymore.
Yeah.
My mom know I do this stuff, really. So that sell it for me. One full injection is like 25,000. Just give me half of it and sell it for me 15,000.
Shit.
My mom loves me.
How many times do you take your injection?
Just once.
A day.
The half one. Just once.
A day.
Because I don't know how this shit is into. Just it's only when the Oyibo man came, really, I usually sniff the stuff. Okay. But the injection, like, I have some itch rashes all over my body. I can just take anything, start to enjoy myself. Like Christmas Day, my boyfriend just give me like 50K.
Which Christmas? Which year?
Last year.
2019.
Just give me like 50K to buy my baby clothes just for only Christmas. Like, then I know that all these dealers, they are using juju. Then I came, like, I was even telling everybody that I want to get stuff for my baby, this or that, this or that. Reaching there, the dealer has to count like 25,000 naira for her. Even though I want to use the mini 25,000 naira to buy drugs, that she should just hold this for me.
The dealer was a woman?
It was a woman that they, like, got into 10 o'clock in the night. She's giving me the drug I want, everything I want. Everything I ask her, she's giving me. My baby's at home, my breast is filled up.
With milk, yeah?
Paining me like I don't even really care. I'm based on the drugs. She said,
you're not thinking about your baby?
I'm not even thinking about him anymore. Like,
how old is your baby?
My baby was 9 months then.
Is your baby still alive now?
My baby is still alive.
How old is your baby now?
1 year plus now.
1 year plus?
Yeah.
Where is he?
With his father.
Where is his father?
His father is at Oshodi here.
Do you see them?
I can't even step any further to say I want to go and see each of them.
Shit. Why? They won't allow you to come close to your baby?
I am ashamed of myself to even go there because his mother, his relative is not happy with me. They fight. The day I just step out, I should buy my baby Christmas clothes. The deal, I know she has her own way to get her money. If I know, second day, third day, I've been there with cold enough. My breast is filled up with a lot of milk. I can't go back home. I can't do anything to go and see my baby. Baby that might even live out without 2 minutes. I want to get anything.
They took your baby from you?
I have to be in the joint smoking, try to sex, to get money, cheap money to sex, to take the drug. And you even believe that I'll be in a such way. Like sometimes I'll just come to Didi like that. I need 5,000, so she give it to me because she know that I'll bring her money back to her. I didn't even call anybody like my baby. I don't even care anymore. Sometimes I'll just wake up from sleep and be thinking about my baby. I'll be crying, doing this. I just want to go home. Once I see her face to face, she'll just give me some drug, then I'll be okay back. Maybe that is not, he has not sucked enough from what he wants. I just like staying in the joint, doing dirty, fucking guys for little money to just smoke this stuff. Before I know, 2 months, 3 months, I've been there.
Don't lose.
Before my baby complete 1 year, I'm still in the same joint. My boyfriend was like looking up at that. My family does not know where am I. I just have to be there, like where my mom's house is not far to there. Selegbe to NNPC. It's not very far. I have to hide myself that nobody will see me. I only come out in the night. I to hustle for money to show myself up. I don't have any way again. Like my breast is very cold in the night. I can't take my body anymore. I have to go to one corner and be pressing my breast out to the milk to know that my boyfriend is not rich. Not buying me the drug. It's buying me everything I want. Now I've not seen my baby through my eyes.
For how many months now?
Almost like since that 9 months. And maybe it's 1 year plus to 6 months now. The day this thing, like my family people have to see me, they have sacrificed a lot, go through different type of church that they want to see me, even though I'm dead. They should see my dead body. This day police arrested me for coronavirus stuff. When I said I don't have any option then, I have to start sending them to go home, this and that. So my mom came to collect me from the police station that this or that. From then again, like...
Which police station?
Ejigbo. From then, my mom was like, they will take me to rehab, this thing. But God do his miracle. Every place, like it was on Sunday, they are not on work. They say, okay, they'll know that upon this punishment, where they don't show me, I go turn up this. The same day, when they can't release me, that same day, I go with my sister, go that same joint again, so I won't go smoke.
I said, which you want to go smoke now? Cocaine or what?
Crack.
Shit.
Upon everything, like they think say this girl go be a change girl, but everything she don't face for streets, I see it. Still go same place.
No vex. As this thing be now, why you think say you dey go back?
The reason why I think that I'm going back is on the dealers. Because they know your words. They know your beginning. They know how much they wait from you. Like, they don't want you to move on. They want you to use all your ending towards them.
The dealers?
Yeah. Because I've been to church.
Yeah.
And they have told me everything. Because they also go out for their customers to make more money. No time where you go reach a place say you need curing. She go cure you pass how much where you get. Say you want use cure yourself. So then she no go want make you go another joint say you want cure yourself. The day I was like happy that I have like 10,000 naira. Even though they won't kill me for house, I won't see my baby. I go see my baby. Once our eyes meet each other, I forget about my baby. I forget about all my backgrounds. I was so happy with the drugs.
Now, we are here. What do you want? Do you have dreams? Do you have aspirations? Do you have beautiful thoughts of the future? What do you want for yourself?
It's not like I'm from a poor family. I'm a stylist. I have my own shop. Like 3 or 4 shops that they pay me my money.
Now?
Yes.
You still have the shop till now?
I still have a shop till now. My father is very rich. I have a lot of lands in my names. Like I put someone into, but one day just like call me that I'll send you this amount, I'll send you that. Like the first shops I have, I said everything in there, washing machine, anything, washing and setting for cheap money.
So what kind of help do you want now?
The help I want is not that by helping me I'm going back. I want a help that I want that whenever I look back, I'll be happy with myself. The most help I need, like I want it to come from the God.
You want help from God?
Yeah. And I know it's help through humans.
Okay, you agree?
Yeah.
This is so touching. In fact, when I got the video during the week, I was so touched to an extent that I don't even know what to say. But we are at the show. It's our job. It's what we're going to discuss about. Now, to my analyst in the house. She made mention of some drugs while this young lady was talking. Now, let me move to Omolola first. The first question is this. What are the type of drug abuse do we have in this country, Nigeria, as itself? What type of drug abuse do you have, Omolola?
We have a lot of drug abuse. There are different examples. We have the stimulant abuse. Now, stimulant is any substance you take that boosts your energy, that gives you this, that takes you to a very high level in a short period of time. And this is common amongst the skilled workers. Those are the masons, the bricklayers, the plumbers, the tilers, even down to unskilled workers, people that cut your grass. You see, let's say a normal bricklayer would carry 50 blocks per day. After taking stimulants, can carry up to 100 or 150 per day.
Wow.
Yes, that is how powerful that stimulant abuse could be. We also have the common one, that is the cocaine. It's called street drugs. It's crack, coke. There's the marijuana, there's Colorado, different types. We have opioid. I think opioid is mainly used for some type of opioid is mainly used for mental health, to treat mental health diseases. Okay. So there are different types of drug abuse.
All right, thank you very much for explaining that. Let's hear furthermore from Tony. Tony, like now, with the way this country is now, what are the types of drug abuse do we have now? Because it's hitting us deeply. What's your own view on this?
Okay, she has actually made reference to some of them. But before I get my own view as regard the types of drugs usually abused, the video you played is disheartening. You know, seeing that video, hearing that girl talking. Let me reserve my comment for now as regard that. But how I wish. Well, the different drugs usually abused in Nigeria, let me tell you the truth. Like she said, we have legal drugs, we have illegal drugs. Okay. Both legal and illegal drugs are now
being
abused in Nigeria.
Yes.
All kinds of drugs are being abused in Nigeria, including the common one, paracetamol. We abuse it now in Nigeria. But all these drugs boils down to the different categories we have. We have the psychoactive kinds of drugs that actually affect the reasoning, the mental capacity, the mental judgment of a person. We have that of the depressant, for those that really want to, get out of the stress they are in, depression and stuff like that. Then the one she made mention of, the stimulants, to boost their power. So we have different drugs that falls under this category. I really do not want to mention those drugs because I don't want to be advertising for any company here. Okay. But you see, over the years, over time now, we hear reports from the media, we read every day from the newspaper of death of this person due to a particular kind of drug. And the common ones now, that there is no place you want to go now that you will not see one of it, is that of alcohol. Alcohol is a particular kind of drug that is being abused now. It's a special kind of drug that is abused on a daily basis, that it has no age range. There is nothing like plus 18 or plus 16, to the extent that even husband and wife, they compete at home drinking alcohol. Wow. To the extent that even alcohol is being sold in front of primary schools, in front of secondary schools. To the extent that even pharmacists, patent stores, they sell alcohol. Please tell me, you are selling drugs to cure people, you are still selling alcohol to do what? So there are different kinds of drugs in this regard. The psychoactive one, the depressant, the stimulant. She has made mention of cocaine, tobacco, cigarette like. What about inhalants? You could hear from that girl that when the white man came, she gave her something to sniff. All these crack, K2, and so on, cocaine. You know, you inhale them. And when there's nothing these days that you can't inhale. Though. Do you know that they inhale animal dungs now, dry animal dungs, just to get high? Just to get high. My part. There was a time of my past life when I resided in Bunza. Bunza is in Kebbi State. You know, every Friday in Bunza market they sell. You know, every Friday is their market. At the entrance of the market, you will see competitors of all these malams selling this gum from tree. Do you know that I asked that question? What is this gum for? Is it that there are so many shoemakers that needed gum to repair people's shoes and stuff like that? That was where I got to know that gum is a special kind of drug that they buy. Inhaling the smell of that gum alone makes them gaga. It makes them go gaga. Let alone now going further to process that gum. So there is no kind of drug that is not abused in Nigeria, including paracetamol. We abuse paracetamol. Ask how many times have you seen alabukun these days? Alabukun that is meant to be 100 naira. Alabukun is on a high side now when it comes to the price because they have come to find out that alabukun is a special kind of drug that they abuse. I don't want to mention further.
Okay, thank you very much. In fact, if you're joining us for the first time, this is Mindful Matters on Primus Media Radio. You can listen to us on Radio Garden, Zeno Radio, Radio Net, and Radio Box. Mindful Matter is a radio talk show where we'll bring reality to you. We'll discuss the real thing to you. So now, to my analyst in the house. You know, when you guys were explaining some things, that makes me come to this question. Okay, what are the causes of drug abuse among our youths in Nigeria today? What are the causes of all these things? Let me start from Omolola. Omolola, let me hear from your own view.
And before I even go to the effects of drug abuse, I forgot to mention earlier when Tony was talking about that glue. It's called solvents. That's also another type of drug abuse. Now, the one that we don't even talk about, and you see, some people will be watching this video and they'll be saying, "Thank God I don't use cocaine, or I don't sniff, I don't inject." What of the prescription drugs, just like Tony mentioned, that you are taking, you're popping as if you're popping champagne or you're popping gum? You see, prescription drugs are drugs that are meant to be taken for a particular ailment for a particular period of time. So now, anytime you exceed that amount of time, you're abusing that drug. So now, what the causes? The causes of drug abuse, they are different. Exactly. They are different causes. We saw the lady said her boyfriend back then in SS2. That is association, guilty by association. She was initiated because of the guy she was sitting with in school. Peer pressure could be another reason. Oh, my friends are taking it. The people I work with. So, who are you working with? People you work with, people you mingle with. Initiated you. They will say, "Oh, there's this land." They will say, "Oh, you don't. Oh, that means you are not awakened. You are not awake. So because you don't want to prove to them that you are awake, you know what is going on. You also venture into using drug. There is also experimental curiosity. People are just youths nowadays are just curious. You see, gone are those days when you, as a parent, you can tell your child, "Don't do this," or "Don't go there." Don't do this, don't go there, and you won't question, you won't say anything. Oh, my mommy said I don't do this, mommy said don't go there, and I would stay back. But you see the children of nowadays, you tell them don't do this, they want to know why. Don't go there, they want to know why. So you see, there's this curiosity, that this inquisitiveness that is awakening in the minds of our youth. They want to know what is this drug, what is it used for, what is going on. You see that video that is playing right now on the screen, that's showing right now on the screen. You see, they want to know. That's a click. They want to know what is going on. They want to experiment. There are a whole lot of causes. We also have lack of parental guidance. So please, parents, don't even let me go there yet. I'm sure we are still coming there. So lack of parental guidance. There's also lack of control in all these dispensing drugs. Let's say there's a regulation that says bring a doctor's prescription before you can have access to this kind of drug. You see, it's going to limit the effect of drug abuse in the society.
All right, thank you very much, Omolola. Now to Tony Onyemah. What are the causes of this drug abuse on our youth in this country? What's your take?
May God help us. Because the causes are not far-fetched. They are not far-fetched at all. I will first highlight that of the accessibility of that drug. Those users, how do they get hold of that drug? These days, you see, I told you earlier, every street that we have in our neighborhood these days, you will surely see a patent store. Don't forget, there's a difference between a patent store and a pharmacy. A pharmacy cannot sell any drug to you until maybe the person, the pharmacist, sees that doctor's prescription. But you see a patent store that they even have two shops. The normal shop where they display their goods, there are all those normal common drugs, pure water and all those soft drinks and stuff like that. Then the other room where they have all those illegal, contraband drugs. Knowing fully well that this person sells this on your street, you can easily get access, to getting hold of that drug. So accessibility, how that drug is gotten, is number one. That is one cause of it. All this patent store, they will just go and learn how to do it, they will open shop. Another one, just like she said, we have that of the social factor. And the social factor boils down to so many influences, such as education, such as the occupation of the person, the income, the wealth. All these things culminate to one of the causes of drug abuse. When you see, okay, look at that girl now. The girl told us in that video that she came from a well-brought home, and the father is wealthy enough, meaning that she has money, and she's a lady. Our father back then, they prefer giving our sisters money more than the boys, so that the girls' eyes will not be outside, like they do say. So when she has money, she has that particular resource to get these drugs. She made mention of peer pressure. Yes, the environment also aid this drug abuse of a thing. The parenting style, you will see a father and a mother competing with the alcohol at home, cross their leg on stool. Who will drink more, the highest bottle, and the child is there watching. What are you teaching that child? You will see a father, he wants to smoke, he wants to drink alcohol. You send your son to go and buy smoke and alcohol. One day the child will want to test it out. What is it that my father is even enjoying from this thing? The child will want to fit into the society. You see some guys, they look fresh, and you are being told that why is a particular kind of drugs that they take. You too, that curiosity, you want to experiment it as well, like she said. All these things culminate to the causes of drug abuse.
All right, thank you very much, Tony. I really appreciate. To our viewers out there, I don't see any reason why a full grown-up man or even a youth that is coming up will see any benefit in taking drug. It has no good health. It does not give your body a balanced thing. It destroys the cell. It destroys a lot of things. So if you're out there listening to us right now, please stay away from using drugs. It is not, you don't use drug to gain level in the society. You don't use drug to become the best. No, please stop it. It's not helping our society. Now, as our usual routine, we believe in so many opinions. We decided to go outside to make some inquiry, or should I say, ask some questions on drug abuse. In fact, we talked to a kind of a young student and also an elderly person towards this issue. So join us as we listen to the voice pop we did on drug abuse. Welcome to Mindful Matters.
Mindful Matters.
Drug abuse is when a drug is used for a different purpose than intended or in excessive amounts. Legal drugs can also be abused. Legal drugs that can be abused are paracetamol, Panadol, and so on and so forth. but the most drug abused are the living ones, which are marijuana, the drug one which is cocaine, and so on and so forth. Drug abuse can cause mental health disorder, lack of family involvement, cancer, lung cancer. It can cause dry mouth, decreased recognition, slowed reaction time, difficulties concentrating and remembering. And the way you can avoid or prevent drug abuse is knowing how to resist temptation, surrounding yourself with friends who don't use drug, distracting yourself with activities like exercise or listening to music.
Drug abuse affects families and relationships in the sense that those people that are addicted to it, they were affected mentally, and it gives their families or those that are related to them issues. That it can just have wife or children, beat them up. It's affected mentally and it gives their families and relations issues.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Mindful Matters on Primus Media Radio. You can listen to us on Radio Garden, Zeno Radio, Radio Net, and Radio Box. And also you could join us on the comment section. You could come in with your own view. Definitely we'll see you and we'll bring you in. And in case if you're not into the comment section, you could call the studio line. If you want to call us directly, you could call the studio line, which is 081-090-59310. You can see it also displayed on your screen. Welcome to Mindful Matters. Now, to my analyst in the house. Now that we have known the causes of this drug abuse among our youth in this country, so I would want to ask this question. Is there, or should I say, what are the effects of this drug on our community, on our society today in Nigeria? Let me start from Tony. Please, what are the effects now of this drug abuse on our society in Nigeria today? What are the effects, please?
Okay, the effects of drug abuse, it could be short time, it could be a long time, but it's definitely going to be on that of the brain, the body. It's definitely going to affect one's relationship. It's going to definitely affect one's functionality at his or her place of work. But when you really want to highlight it, for the long-term effect of it, okay, for those that may likely want to survive that immediate death that it could bring, because there are instances, cases where you hear of two young adults, even teenagers, competing with alcohol to know who to finish first. So when you take too much of that, one of them could easily fall and die. We have so many videos of it that circulated on the social media. So for the very first one, which I mentioned, I'm not a professional, a medical professional, but from what we have read, what we have seen, what we have studied, what we were taught, there is this thing that actually arouses anger in one. There is this thing that actually makes one violent. And we found that neural tissue in our spinal cord, they call it white matter. You see, when you take drug too much, most of these illegal drugs, most of their composition, when you take it too much, it affects the message, because that white matter actually carries a message through that spinal cord. So when that particular message is altered, that is when you see someone, all of a sudden you see that person being aggressive. All of a sudden you see that person, trying to be violent. That is what you see in most of these grown-up men at home, wanting to lay their hands on their wife when they are high. Okay? So that is one effect of it. Another one, it could be, a cognitive impairment. Misjudging. When you are meant to reason normal, you don't reason normal, because the flow of the blood in the brain, it has been affected by some of the composition that we have in some of these drugs that we take. There's another one, there's this syndrome that, I've forgotten that syndrome, that too much intake of alcohol will cause a deficiency in your vitamin B1, leading to the insufficient thiamine or what is this kind of vitamin, the name of this vitamin that the body needed in that regard. It weighs ones down. Look at that girl, the video of that girl now. You could see that girl has been affected. You could see the way she was struggling, trying to get her speech, because it has affected her mental judgment. Her cognitive domain is no more set. And that is how, if not careful, if not well rehabilitated now, if not well treated now, that is how she's going to live her life all through. So there are so many effects. When you talk about, look at the effect now. All her shop, she sells most of her equipment and everything. What you are meant to prioritize, your own, the health, the safety, the provision for your baby, she didn't prioritize it. Now she's spending more money to taking care of her body. That is another effect. What about the society? You see most of these criminals, all these vagabonds that you see outside. What led to them? All these street on chains and the criminals outside there. What led them to, being on the street? It could be this not having enough to actually sustain themselves after abusing a particular drug. So there are so many things that actually this drug abuse bring to our society and to oneself.
All right, thank you very much for explaining that. Now to Omolola. What are the effects of this drug abuse in our society? What do you see about this? What's your view?
You see, drug abuse not only affects our physical and mental health, it affects us as a society, it affects our family life. I wouldn't want to overflog what Tony has said, but I want to come in from this angle. You see, these youths, people that are popping these drugs, we call the youths the leaders of tomorrow. Now imagine a country where over 14.3 million of their population are drug abusers. So what is the future of such a country? What's going to happen to Nigeria of tomorrow if all the so-called leaders that we are shouting and we are saying, oh, they're leading us in the wrong way? How do you think that our future would be in the hands of the people the youth that we believe should have better ideas, should have better plans, should have better dreams, are now being drug abusers? They are now under the influence. I'm scared for what Nigeria holds for tomorrow. So you see, it's way beyond. It goes way beyond the physical and the health issues. It also affects it. See, last week we talked about paternity fraud. This particular monster, drug abuse, yes, it's a monster. It's living. It has found its way into the society, into our lives, into our midst. We now see people that use drugs as normal people. We no longer take it serious. We now say, oh, it's normal. Otimotiyo, those kind of slangs. Oh, he's high, he's drunk. We now overlook them and say that it shouldn't be normal. We shouldn't accept it. We shouldn't breed this monster. We should not allow it stay. So it's eating deep into the fabrics of our future as a country, as a society, as a nation.
Okay, Omolola, thank you very much for that. Let me add to this. Whether we like it or not, there are some things we need to reject so that our society could become better. And it's going to be for the benefit and the future of this great country. So anyway, that's for that. Now, we have discussed on the effect of this drug. Now, how can we, prevent this drug abuse of a thing in our society? How can we stop it? Or should I say, how can we minimize it? For these, like when Omolola was saying something now, 14.3
million.
3 million. That's too much. So back to Tony. How can we prevent this drug abuse in Nigeria today? What are the steps or way you see to it that we can prevent this?
Okay, preventing drug abuse. Can we truly prevent it? We could curtail it. We could curtail it. Can it be stopped? I guess it is only when we don't have any drugs in the society that is when it's going to be stopped. But we could actually prevent it, like you said, we could curtail it. And the very first thing, the major thing that I feel could be used to achieve this is education. When we sensitize our people about the dangers of misusing, of abusing, of even getting addicted to these drugs they take. Street awareness, this education, we have to cut it down to the different stratas, the different levels we have in the society. The primary school pupils, we take it to them. The secondary school students, we take it to them. The tertiary institution, we take it to them. Even our fathers and mothers, there are ways you could sensitize them. We have awareness campaigns that government needed to do, of which it is not only government that needed to be doing all this. What about individuals, well-meaning individuals? What is our House of Representative members that we vote for in our different constituencies? What are they doing? What are their constituency project, or what do they call it? What is it all about? Coming to share gari, coming to share oil, coming to share maggi? Sensitize the people about the dangers of this thing that is gradually killing the society. Education is the key. Then all these unrealistic depiction about addiction of drugs on the media, government should try as much as possible to see to the censorship of some things that needed to be heard, that needed to be broadcast on the media. What about our movies? Some of these movies, they glorify the intake of this drug. What are they doing to controlling it? So these are the different ways. You, myself, the government, the society, we are all involved. We need to educate ourselves on this. Fine. There will be instances where this education will fall in deaf ears, most especially our brothers on the, this bus conductor, all those commercial drivers. They will just when you try to sensitize them, they will just But still, let us keep on hammering it to their earrings. That is what education is all about. Education is not just starting and ending. Education is continuous. We keep sensitizing them, we keep educating them. Take the awareness campaign to their domain.
All right, thank you very much, Tony. Now, a quick wrap, Omolola. So, what do you, how will I say it? What's your own view towards this, preventing this drug abuse in our society?
Just like Tony mentioned, we can control this. We can control it. It is controllable. We shouldn't give up. And I'm going to back the point he mentioned about education. MTN is doing something. It's called the MTN ASAP. That's the Anti-Substance Abuse Program. It's a program by MTN where we get the sensitized youths, and we get people that are into the drugs into this program to rehabilitate. But majorly they do sensitize, they educate, they counsel, and backing this up, our religious bodies, they need to step up. Enough of building physical edifice. Let's start building our youth. Let's start building our young ones. Let's start building our people. You see, it's been I searched it online, but it's been a while I saw Pastor Tony Rapo. He was big in this, taking people out of the slum of drugs and rehabilitating them, changing their lives, and you see, giving them a bright future. So our religious bodies, the churches, the mosque, it's time for us to go out. Saturdays, these young ones are less busy in a way. Why not organize activities, sports activities, programs, seminars? Let them come in, get them busy, let them play sports, let them, engage in physical activities, exercises. From there, you would gain access to their mind, to their heart, to the burning questions in their heart. You see, our youth of nowadays have questions in their heart. Some don't have the right avenue to ask. The home front is not okay, that they can't pop the question out to their parent. The next thing the parent goes, oh, so you've joined them, you see. But when they see a mentor in you, my pastor that I'm looking from afar on Sunday, now I see him face to face, one-on-one on a Saturday, on a Friday evening, I can move close to him. Oh, I saw this. What does it mean? How, you see, they would be guided right. And secondly, we parents, we need to do better. You see, it's high time it starts to. It's not enough to say you are waking up 5 a.m. and coming back 10 p.m. providing for your children. Oh, your excuse is, oh, I'm giving them a better life. Love and attention can't provide that food, then can't give them that shelter. What is the essence of your money when, just like the video that we played earlier, the father is wealthy? What is the essence of your money when your your children are not being raised? Who are you working for? So we need to provide that enabling environment. Let us provide love, pay attention, listen, be consistent with your discipline. Be consistent with your discipline. Fair discipline now, not just unnecessary beatings and a whole lot.
All right. Thank you very much, Omolola. To our viewers out there, the society we have today, there are so many things we need to fix, like I said earlier. But you see, when we do things in the right and appropriate way, the society will become a better place for us. It will be a peaceful place, where even parents, the children, the youth, the leaders, everybody could be at rest. It's because the society is in appropriate proportion. So that is why we need to work towards the society. And this will now make me to ask this, because our time is fast spent. Very, very. In 1 minute, please, my two analysts. Let me start from Tony. Okay. What are the punishments? Is there any punishment under the law for drug abuse? Have you read anything about that, or is it in the law of the country? In just 1 minute, please.
Okay, I guess the government of the country, Nigeria per se, in this regard, for such punishment, they try to establish a particular agency to see to the arrest and prosecution of people found in these possession, supply, production, and importation of illegal drugs in that regard. And that agency is that of the NDLEA, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. And when you look at that act that established this agency, Section 19 of it claimed it to be, prescribe a 15 to 25 years imprisonment for anyone found in this act. Wow. But the question is, how effective is this act to arresting and prosecuting those involved? That is the question. So there is a punishment for it. I get for the possession and those found in the abuse of such substances, we have a maximum of 15 years imprisonment. While those found in the importation, the production of it, you have 25 years imprisonment. And I guess this year, May this year, the Senate, they passed a bill to now see to the capital punishment for those found in this trafficking aspect of this drug. Okay, from life imprisonment down to death sentence. So I hope they effect it.
All right. Thank you very much. Omolola, please, we are running out.
I would say that Tony is a worm in my stomach right now, because I have that same question that the NDLEA, or rather the body in charge of this, they kind of focus on the traffickers. People, you see them in the airport, they are busting people that is trafficking this particular drug. But now let's bring them down to the local level. We see all this we see it on the street. The drugs are on the street. What is the punishment for people that are in possession, the usage of these drugs on the streets?
All right, thank you very much. To our viewers out there, our time is far gone. So let me say this. If you're out there, you're watching us right now, this is Mindful Matters on Primus Media Radio. Please stay away from drugs. It won't help you, it won't help the society. And on behalf of Mindful Matters, we are saying goodbye, and we'll see you next week. Mindful Matters.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Simply because we are Primals.